The plan today is to make something with circles and this sort of teal sea green color palette and see what happens. I don't know, I don't have any specific ideas just yet, but lots of layers and circles, and we'll go from there. I know logically so much of art and making things is deciding what you don't like, deciding what doesn't look right, but I still find it very interesting looking back at and rewatching this video, for example, but others as well, how much time I spend trying things out or looking for something specific to decide that I don't like it anyway. I do end up using this dark blue, sort of largish circle, which I like, obviously, because I use it later. But there's a lot of configurations and things I try for the first few minutes here, even sped up, that I spend some time just looking at and deciding, nope, don't like it, or thinking, well, maybe it'll grow on me, and then moving on to something else, like I do here with punching out just a whole mess of circles, huge piles, lots and lots. I'm just playing around with the circles and seeing what I can do. I really actually like the way the larger circles here are overlapped and kind of mingling, like the colors aren't completely separated, and I might end up doing something with that at a later point, but it just didn't feel right for this particular spread. Here's again more time spent playing around and seeing what I don't like for this spread specifically. I do like that aperture type of effect in the middle from the larger circles again, but it wasn't feeling cohesive overall. So I decided maybe I just don't want the circle in the middle, don't want the spread to be centered in that way, and I start figuring out or trying to figure out something else that might work instead of having it completely centered. Again, just looking at it, trying to see the vibes, and I decide I think I do like it, but maybe I want it on the other side. And here's where it kind of finally starts to come together. Not in its final form just yet, but definitely evolving into what it will become. I remembered I had this beautiful sticker, which absolutely has underwater, ocean, water vibes, and was perfect. The size of the circle fit almost perfectly. I was very happy about that. So I started to get things down on paper, and I went to glue this first large circle and realized, you know what? I think this needs a little bit more depth. And so I am right now looking for my inks, and I find, I believe it's a Mermaid Lagoon from Archival Ink, Rangers edition or brand, I guess, and start working on it, and I love it, and it's perfect. So absolutely, let's put it down finally. After I think it took me just as much time to decide what I wanted to do as to actually implement and execute the idea. So the most of this is inking circles and gluing them down, which was kind of a meditative process, and I enjoyed. And also inking the circles especially was really nice because it gave so much more depth to these circles, and you could really see what was going on in the different shapes or different sizes. They're all the same shape, but it was really, I thought, an inspired idea to make sure that I inked them and got that level of texture and layer and depth to show through. looking at it, I love the left, but the right felt a little too starkly white. So I decided to ink the edge of that paper with that same Mermaid Lagoon color. Really, really liked how that came out as well. And then I decided that I was done. So it was time to stamp it with the date. And I'll go on to journal about my relationship with water on this one, and swimming, lakes, oceans, swimming pools, etc. I thought that was a fun reflection exercise, and I was able to find the exact right color of pen I wanted to use, which was very fun. I take a lot of joy in being able to do that. And I'm just wondering if you want to share, in your experience, does it take you just as long to figure out what you don't want to do as it does to actually do what you are working with your art, or with whatever creative projects or regular projects you're working on? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.